of the minority caucus in the Senate. I don't think I've read anything about that, although I've seen a statement. What do you make of the situation in the Southeast? The lockdown, the role of IPOB, and the response by the federal government. Those two issues in the last few days.
Well, let me say, first of all, that the minority caucus in the Senate are on the same page with the minority caucus in the House. We actually worked together, and when they were sending out that statement, they sent it to me, and I reviewed it, and I told them that we're on the same page with them. So you can make the assumption that we also in the Senate minority caucus do not agree with the federal government on the purported achievements. With regard to the what's going on in the Southeast and the response of Mr. President, Ruben, let me just say this. Well, somebody was discussing with me and said, you know, why don't we tell Mr. President something, that the language that the Igbos understand, that we can let him know the language. And I want to share it with Nigerians. The language that Igbos understand actually is Emewanyike Obiadeyama. In the days when we had polygamy, that is rife, when you treat every wife the same way you treat all of them, they will be happy. In other words, treat me as you would want to treat every other person. It is this imbalance in treatment, this unjust treatment of people, that is leading to this whole, I would say, response by violence. But I can say one thing. The Southeast Caucus, both in the House and in the Senate, we issued a statement a couple of days ago. And what we said was that we totally condemn the violence that is enveloping us in the Southeast. No, none of us supports the raging violence there, the killing of policemen, the destruction and the burning of government offices, INEC, courts, and so forth. None of us supports it. We know, and we know that you can only get what you want by negotiation, and that you're not going to get it through a violent means. But another thing that we also know is that the response that we are getting from the federal government does not seem to us to be a response that is calculated to douse tension and bring peace. When you threaten to visit on people depredations of a civil war, what type of message are you sending out? We expect Mr. President, as the father of the nation, to be able to embrace everybody. But you see, we have always seen this pattern, and this pattern is that it doesn't matter what happens elsewhere. Anytime anything happens in the Southeast, it is when the president comes out and with his and says, we will crush you, we will do this, or we will do that. And we think that that is not not a way to go. If you go to the airport, and if you're coming from the airport in Abuja, you will see this big banner with a very beautiful photograph of Mr. President, and that banner says, Baba for all. So, if Baba, rather than being for all, is for some people, and then for the Southeast, you tell them that I will deal with you. I don't think that people in the Southeast are going to be very, very happy about that. And that is what we see. As for the root cause of what is leading to all this, we have consistently said it over the years, and that has always been that the root of everything is justice. If you do not give people justice, the impression will always be created in the minds of those from the Southeast that they are being seen as people from a different place. Let's just put it that way. Because I remember that when we started shouting about the incursion of the herdsmen, the killer herdsmen coming into Nigeria, and coming down south to the Benue Plateau, and there's so much killings and all that, and we continue shouting, this, what's going on? And we were always being given very different reasons for which we should accommodate foreigners. And we couldn't understand it. And I remember that on the floor of the Senate, we all condemned it, and condemned it not just by those from the Southeast, but everyone. And so at this moment, where things have gotten to this point, to now see that it's only one part of the country, the Southeast, that is going to be visited with the might of the federal government, makes all of us, well, say that we could find a better way and a better path. And the only way we can do it is engagement with the people. We must engage. When the Southern governors met, they said, try to engage. Everybody has been saying, try to engage. When we're still waiting for that engagement.
Well,
we must engage. When the Southern governors met,
well, I was explaining the situation, the position of Igbos in Nigeria to a foreign friend of mine, and I used the phrase stepchildren is how Igbos are treated. So it's funny you should mention polygamy. I took it to a different level. But I want to play devil's advocate here and ask you if you feel personally threatened by what the president said as an Igbo man, or if he was actually referring, if that tough talk was targeted specifically at criminals causing unrest in the Southeast, because those are the people making Igbo women widows and Igbo children orphans when they go and murder police officers and murder innocent, peace-loving Igbos trying to just get along with their lives.
Well, also in playing devil's advocate, let me also play the reverse to you. Was any threat made to all people in the Northeast, with all the killings going on there? Was there any threat made to the people, even in the president's own state of Katsina, with all the killings and banditry and everything going on there? None. So why the Southeast? That is the question that we always want to ask. And I think really that let me also use another adage in Igbo. The world view of the Igbo is Egbe bere, Ugo bere. Let the eagle and the hawk perch together. Let no one tell the other don't perch. And that has always been our feeling. Now, Igbos are the most widely traveled people that you know. And we also have an ethos, and that is Ojembe Enwe. We cannot be angry with people because we also go out everywhere. So when this type of, I would say, personalization of the angst, what it tells us is something. And with all due respect, it just makes every Igbo feel, including myself, that somehow, when there's a big problem in Nigeria and you need to resolve it, use the Igbo head to resolve that problem. That's but let me tell you one other thing that I'm very, very happy about. And that is, when the Minister of Justice made the unfortunate statement about spare part traders, you saw Nigerians all come out and say, I'm a spare part trader. And that, of course, gladdened everybody's mind. When the unfortunate statement that was credited to Mr. President also came out, you could also see Nigerians come out and say, I am Igbo. In other words, we have transcended those artificial boundaries that they used before to demonize a particular group of people. And so we are happy that Nigerians are all coming together. Nigerians are all seeing that what is here is not the Igbo problem. That what is here is a criminal syndicate going around all parts of the country, and the government needs to unravel it. If a criminal burns a police station or kills her, and then you do nothing, and then you now go and arrest every villager that you see on the street, which is what is going on in the Southeast, you cannot be resolving the issue. What you're actually doing is that you're letting everybody know that it is us versus them, which is not a very good way of building unity in the country. So we, in our statement, now said, let the Inspector General of Police and the other security agencies conduct in-depth investigations, bring people, try them, not to just round up youths that you see, conduct extrajudicial killings, and then say that, oh, you have resolved the issue. You don't. You actually push it on the ground, and it continues to fester. So we have been calling and calling for an engagement, a civil engagement that will resolve the issues bedeviling the country.